So I got asked a few weeks ago why I use a hammock when I'm camping. And the answer that I gave was because it's damn comfortable. Try it sometime. And I got told, no, it's a stupid idea, don't do it. And the argument that was given to me for it being a stupid idea is, well, what if you get caught out and there's no trees where you are? To which my answer is what I'm sat in at the moment. This is not a tent, believe it or not. This is a hammock. This is a tarp that goes over my hammock. And all I've done is I've rigged it up as a tent. It's a 5x3 tarp. As a 5x3 tarp, I've actually ended up with a liner on the floor. I've got enough room to sit up with. I could actually do this a little bit higher if I really wanted to, but this is comfortable enough. And I can lie full length. If I was going to sleep here tonight, I'm not going to, but if I was going to, all I'd do is lay my hammock down here that's got the built-in bug net. I'd hook my bug net up here on the hiking pole that I've got hanging. And then once I've hooked the bug net up there, I've got a bug net, I've got a cover. The mat goes on the ground, so I'm not sleeping straight on the ground because I sleep with a mat in my hammock anyway. This keeps the rain off me quite nicely. It's slanted all the way down, so any rain's going to run off down that way. This is silver lined on the inside. It's actually a brown tarp on the outside. I'll give you a shot in a minute. So this actually keeps heat quite nicely. And with the pegs that I carry with me anyway, it's secure, it's safe, it's warm. What more do you need? Here's the outside then, guys. This is the outside of the tarp, as I've just said. So it is just the tarp, and as you can see, it's quite nicely hidden. If I wanted to go stealth camping, this would be quite easily to conceal. I know some people would say green would fit the countryside better, but well, have you seen the UK countryside? As you can see, I've just set this up in my garden just for purposes of demonstrating. And what I've got here is the 5x3 tarp is laid out, so 3 meters in length that way. The 5 meters gets folded in on itself so that I'm lying on the tarp rather than lying on the ground. And as you can see, what I've done here, one of my hiking poles is in here. I've put it up about 6 inches or so into the tarp, and I've pulled the tarp down onto it, so that's keeping that tarp upright. The pressure is on there from this guideline here. Now my guidelines, because I use them for hammock camping, are usually too long, so all I've done is tied this up in a very simple knot that I can untie with a pull of that. I don't know the name of the knot, but I know how to tie it, and that's all I really need to know, let's be honest. And by doing that, that means that I've got tension on the top, which keeps that nicely secure. It means that the inside stays at that angle while I'm in there. And like I said a minute ago, if I was sleeping in this tonight, which I'm not because I'm at my home, all I do is I put my hammock down in there with the fly net tied up to the top of that tent pole so that it keeps it off my face, which is a comfort thing more than anything. You wouldn't need to do that. If I felt like I was getting too cold with the opening here, then I can actually reduce the height of that tent pole, which would take the height down. If I did reduce it, I'd just step out the corners here so that the whole thing is a bit lower. Works really well as a camping setup. And as you can see, all I've done, tent peg in the corner there. There's another tent peg there holding down one edge of this. The tent peg in the middle here is actually holding down the 2 corners of the tarp, 2 corners there, and the centre attaching ring. So all 3 of those are held down there, nice and secure. These are irrelevant for the purposes of this, but I'll leave them tied onto me hitching points anyway. Another tent peg here, again just keeping the corner out. If you've got enough tent pegs, you could actually use your centre lines and get a more secure sort of attachment there. I don't think it's necessary for the purposes of a single night camp. Another tie-off point there. And what I tend to do with my 2 corner tie-offs is just to keep the liner on the floor nice and tight. I tie the corner through this tent peg and over to the far one over there, so I can keep this nice and tight so that doesn't roll up while I'm sleeping in the night. That way this silver lining to the tarp will actually reflect the heat back at me. Seems to work really well from what I've experienced so far. Any questions or any thoughts on this one would be much appreciated. I'll try and do a quick video as to how this actually gets set up as well in a minute. Thanks very much.